Tonight's episode of the 31st Lap podcast is brought to you by Demico, Chrysler, Dodge Jeep, and Ram, serving the Finger Lakes since 1963. And Creekside Entertainment, for your DJ, karaoke, and photo booth needs, think Creekside. And DirtTrackDigest.com, if it's on dirt, it's on Dirt Track Digest.
This is the 31st Lap podcast, recorded live in the studios of FingerLakes1.com in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now, your hosts, Chris Marquardt.
Good evening and welcome to the 31st Lap, episode number 79. Johnny, can you believe it?
Holy mackerel, time flies.
79 episodes. It's me, Chris Marquardt, in studio tonight with John Baumus. Mike is off in Ohio.
Yep, he is BRP racing.
Rich and Jay are busy with other commitments, I presume. I never heard back from them through the course of today.
We just know they're not here.
Yeah, that's that much we can tell you. Welcome to the 31st Lap, powered by Demico, Dodge, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and entertained by the one and only Creekside Entertainment. Big thank you to those two guys.
Yes.
And this is the first official episode where we have supporters. Big thanks to Demico, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and also to Creekside Entertainment out there in Newark. They are all over the Finger Lakes. I was talking a little bit with them earlier today. They play in Penn, they play in Waterloo, they play in Newark, they're in Dundee. They're all over the place. So we'll talk a little bit more about them as we get going. They are the ones that are presenting all our fan connections. So everybody that's in there in the live chat, everybody that we talk to on the line, it's thanks to Creekside.
Nice.
Yeah, cool
it sounds really good when you start the show with some sponsors in the beginning.
Their graphics
nice.
Their graphics are all over stuff too. I mean, it's cool. It was something that kind of came together. Somewhat as a surprise, really. You know, we were looking at doing some updates on the Smashed Empire Films page, and Steven Ovens popped up and said, "Hey, what's it take to be part of your show?" And we're like, "Show up."
So he was already familiar with it.
Very. Oh yeah, very.
Nice.
They watch us all the time. They follow up and they saw what we did at Super Dirt Week, and they've been watching, mostly going in and watching the number of people that we talk to.
Yeah.
Between Facebook hits and viewership numbers and things like that, and then they saw Demico had jumped on board, and from there they said, might not be a bad idea to look into that, and so everything kind of came together.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty cool. Very, very busy 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You got the opportunity to see your share of rain out in Ohio.
Oh, my God. Rain. It's the story of this entire spring and early summer. It's been good.
It's only rained twice this summer. The first time for 45 days and the second time for 30.
It's been a decent week in Syracuse, but I know other parts of the state has had a lot of rain again this week even. Today it's calmed down some.
Way out west, like Cheryl, I think, they got some serious flooding.
Yeah, and they got a bunch of rain down home, my hometown. Of course, this is all coming off of
Fort Plain.
Yeah, Fort Plain. We all, a lot
Fort
of you guys
Plain
out
is now
there
Lake
know
Fort Plain.
That my hometown and Mike's hometown of Fort Plain, New York, was hit really, really hard with floods, and a lot of people there are in really bad shape right now. I got a lot of family, friends, that still live there, and it's not good, not good at all. They're trying to get the government to come in and step in with
state of emergency type thing,
with help from FEMA and whatever, and I don't know. They're having a tough time, it sounds like, getting that to be okayed. I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully they get some help by the government, but I tell you, it's in bad shape. Even the Mohawk River locks are shot down there.
Oh, really?
Busted. All the debris ended up in the Mohawk River flowing in.
Right.
Because it was the creek that overflowed that runs right through the village of Fort Plain, and that creek runs into the Squago Creek, and it runs into the Mohawk River. And it took everything that it swept in its path, it took it to the river, and then all the debris ended up in the river and got caught up in all the locks, like the Fonda, or the Fort Plain locks, the Canajoharie locks, which is the next village. It's only like 3 miles down the river.
Right.
So all these locks collected all this debris, and it's busted all the locks all up, and it's a mess. People lost their homes.
Wow.
One woman in Fort Plain, unfortunately, was still in her mobile home, and it was swept up by the creek. And she unfortunately went with it. They found her in the river a couple days later, unfortunately. It's just a real bad deal, and I feel awful for, like I said, I still got family and a lot of friends at home and that were affected. And all this went on while Mike and I were in Ohio for Ohio Sprint Week 2 weeks ago. As a matter of fact, of course, his parents still live in Fort Plain, too. They were evacuated. The water was right up to his parents' home front porch on the street that they live in. It's just really bad deal. So, thoughts and prayers to everybody out there. You kind of feel helpless. I'm in Syracuse now, so you just, there's not a whole lot I can do from there. Just feel bad.
Send sponges.
Yeah, it's not a lot. They need a lot of stuff. I know that. Clothes, food, whatever, cleaning supplies.
A lot of mud to clean up.
Yes. Oh, that was the thing. Once the water dried up, everything was left with really thick river silt, muddy, just slop everywhere. Mm-hmm. People's basements and their living rooms. Mm-hmm. Just what a mess. I mean, it wiped out grocery stores, convenience stores. It's just the whole thing. It was a really bad deal. So.
Did you get a chance to take part in any of the Central New York Sprint Week stuff?
I worked the show at Rolling Wheels, of course. I didn't attend any of the other ones as a spectator, but I did work the Rolling Wheels show. And just reading a few things, it sounded like the Rolling Wheels show was the best one of the bunch. I mean, I guess they had some good racing, but sounds like the Rolling Wheels show was the better of the 5 nights, I guess it was.
Yeah. Stu Friesen picks up the win at Brewerton, which is cool.
Yep. Somebody different that you don't necessarily expect to win a sprint car race.
Wonder how that went over once he got home, because Jessica was 5th or 6th.
Yeah, I know. She did not have, from what reading and stuff, she did not have the greatest of speed weeks. She was running well at Rolling Wheels on the opening night of the week and got caught up on a restart wreck, and that ended her night, but she was running up, I believe, the top 5 at that point. 3rd, 4th maybe.
Right.
But I don't think she had the greatest of weeks as the week wore on. But Stewie won the show at Brewerton, which was kind of cool.
Michael Perrant picked up.
Yeah, he won the opening night.
He won
Rolling Wheels. And did he won? I think he won the Speed Week title, I believe.
He had to have. I mean, he never finished outside of the top 5.
Yeah,
he had a great Speed Week.
He did have
overall.
a very good week.
He was looking real strong, and that's a good rally for him. I mean, he picked up a win. Lebanon Valley, I think, is where he ended up winning earlier this year.
He could have. I don't.
And then
recall.
he's been on fire since. Mike, of course, he's in Ohio, and then Brett Hearn picking up the win Tuesday night at the Big Show 5.
Yes,
Albany, Saratoga.
Yes,
Brett. You said you went to that too, right?
Yes, I did. I did go Tuesday. Brett finally won his own race 5 years in. This was the Big Show 5 that he promotes. Second year holding it at Albany, Saratoga. And he finally won his own race. He started, I believe he drew 10th. I think he started 10th. Typical, Malta, Brett Hearn style. He's always just so very tough there. He's always the favorite when you pull into that place. So it was a good show. I tell you that for me, I hadn't been there. I was just thrilled to be there as it was, because I hadn't been to Malta. That was my weekly Friday night haunt for a long time, living down that way. It was only an hour from home, but since I moved to Syracuse in 2009, I hadn't been back since I moved. So it was great to finally be back there and see all my old friends and things that I always used to see weekly and stuff. And what impressed me, I think, probably the most, I was impressed by Billy Dunn, who was actually running Brett down at the end of the race and finished second, which, I don't think anybody going there, unless you're a diehard Billy Dunn fan, was expecting him to give Brett a run for his money. He was coming at the end of that race, but he started reeling him in, and they had a late race caution, and then that caution pretty much sealed the deal for Brett. Once they went back to green, he kind of took off and left him again at the very end. It was only a handful of laps to go, but prior to that yellow, he might have been able to run Brett down and had something for him. It's hard to say, but it was a good show. I think Brett did a great job. They had a great crowd, ton of people there. The place was packed as normal, which normally on a Friday night it's packed there anyway. But they ran the show, I thought, fairly smooth. Everything went well. I think Brett did a good job, obviously promoting the show. He always does a great job at that. So it was a good deal. The weather was great, hot, but it was great. Track conditions were good. A little dusty, but I expect that. I don't really care about getting dirty as long as you see a good show and it wasn't dusty to the point where you couldn't see the track. Was fine. You're going to get dirty. You're going to a dirt track. I know a lot of people complain they got dirty, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Why is that? Track. I've never really understood that argument. People complain. People get it. People go to a dirt track and then they complain that they got dirty.
Where I understand the dust complaints is when you can't see the race. That's a problem.
I get that
but
part
you're
of
it.
But I mean, you're kind of, it's a dirt track.
It's a dirt race. Exactly. But all in all, I thought it was a great show. I think Brett did a great job with it. Like I said, he knows a lot of people and he knows how to promote.
Did you see Rich there?
I didn't.
Did he go?
Texted him a couple times. He was there somewhere. But I texted him once during the course of the night. I said, "Where are you? I haven't seen you." And he apparently upgraded his tickets that he had to pit passes when he got there. So he just spent the whole time in the pits. He never even came over to the grandstand side, I don't think. When I texted him, he was sitting in the pit side grandstands.
Yeah.
He didn't come over to the grandstand side that I know of. If he did, I didn't see him. So, yeah, he was there somewhere.
Danny Johnson getting the win at Canandaigua?
Yeah, I saw that.
You excited about that?
I was a little surprised. I mean, I shouldn't say surprised, just...
He could win in a wheelbarrow.
Yes, he can. And he struggled a little bit in the few races he's had in that Siri car. Because, let's face it, the Siri team is really kind of... it's unknown as far as running up front. You don't know whether or not Danny is going to be able to win with that car or not, until he actually does it. And now that he did, obviously he's had a few races in it. Maybe he can get it to his liking, whatever. The first couple times he got in, he was kind of struggling, but it was his first time in the car.
That's growing pains, so I mean, this kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, everybody's got their own styles, and if the car's all set up for Siri, you put Danny in the car, two completely different people.
Right.
Once he gets the thing sorted out to where he wants to set up to his liking, obviously it worked. He won with a Saturday. Now, we didn't really get a chance to see him Tuesday because he had, I don't know if he blew it up or there was some sort of mechanical problem after time trials or heat race or whatever it was. And he come out and started dead last in the feature. And from what I was told, it was a Series Sportsman car or something. And you could tell it was it had to be a Sportsman because it was significantly slower than the rest of the field. I mean, he got lapped a couple of times. But at least he still got to be able to take the green and run the show. But so yeah, you didn't really get a chance to see if he could have done something.
It would have been good for that team. I mean, that would have been a great boost for them to have a good run in that car.
Yeah.
Chad Brockman gets the win at the Battle at the Border, the 358 race at Ransomville.
Yes, he did.
Which is a huge,
very good win for him. Yep.
He's racing. He's
racing tonight at Expo. I don't know if anybody wants me to give the heat results out. I've got.
If you got them, yeah, go for it.
They got 25 cars at Expo Raceway. It's a BRP Mod Tour going on tonight. That's where Mallet is. Heat 1 was won by Chris Haynes. Brockman was second. Heat 2 was Dave Murdoch over Rex King Jr. And then Heat 3 was Rick Rickner over Jeremiah Shingledecker.
Rich Rickner.
Yep.
He's a cool dude.
So the heats are in there. I would imagine he'll probably start all 25 cars. I know they can't screw around with that show. They got to get it done because from what I understand, that they only run one race a year there during the Trumbull County Fair. It's at the Trumbull County Fairgrounds in Ohio. And they have no lights from what I understand. So they got to get this done before dark. Yeah. So.
Hey, Matt Shepard got a small block win up in Canada.
Cornwall, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there was some tech issues after the race.
Yes, there was a cylinder head issue, if I remember correctly, yeah.
And so he lost some money and some points in that deal.
Well, the thing was, I guess, I read Matt's side of the story is that they've used that engine numerous times. It's the same one he's used the last couple of years. Anytime he's run those small block races. And apparently before they didn't have a specific tool to check it with. Mm-hmm. And now that they have the tool, it was just, I guess it was just like a hair too big. Just talking a hair off. And he just pretty much said, no, if it's hair off, then it's a hair off. It's illegal. What are you going to do? That's
Right.
Unfortunately, that's the way the ball bounces sometimes. They didn't used to have this tool that they use to check the size of the cylinder head, and now they do, and it just by a fraction was off.
Makes a gray area more clear, I suppose.
Yeah, and if they're using the proper technical tools to check this stuff, that's a good thing. That's what you should be doing. You know, if they haven't been using them before, I don't know why they didn't have it before. I don't have anything to do with that, but it seems like they should have had it before. If they weren't, if this is a tool to check the size of this cylinder head, they should have had it already. I don't know why they didn't, but
John Waters.
Either way.
Either way. I mean, either way, the end of the discussion is
their car did the right thing, and nobody argued it. You know, I thought that Matt Shepard and the team were very, very gracious.
Yeah,
their statement was the right way to handle it. I thought. You know, a lot of people go overboard and they lose their tempers and blah blah blah. It was handled the right way. I thought, by both sides.
Ken's in the live chat. First of all, he passes on well wishes to your parents and didn't realize it was that bad out there.
Thank you, Ken. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was not good.
And he also thinks that they should have checked the gauge. What are your thoughts on that?
Check the tool.
Yeah, check
Is that
the
what
tool.
You mean?
Yeah. What's?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what you check it with. What's the
correction on the tool?
I don't know. Right.
That's a good point.
I mean, I don't even know what the thing looks like because I'm not. I'm in no way a mechanic by any means, or a tech official either. So I'm not sure what the tool is. I just read.
The only reason you're in the pits is to cover the gate. That's
all I do is watch
right?
the gate.
Just watch the gate.
I'm looking for wristbands. That's it. But yeah, both sides handle it professionally. You know, no bashing. That was good.
It's a little disappointing that everybody's been so busy. We couldn't get anybody online to do any interviews.
It's hard this time of year because everybody's racing.
Tough.
And when they're not racing, they're spending every waking minute in the shop working on cars, and it's tough. Half of us are never here because we're gone racing. And
right.
It's a tough time of year in the middle of the summer like this.
It feels Filler is now referring to you as John the Gatekeeper Bombus.
Nice.
You got an official nickname.
That's all right. It'll be the first time.
Frank Guerreri Jr. picked up a win in the New Legend Sportsman Classic Canada with the same night Danny Johnson won.
Did he?
Yeah, we had him on that the Guerreri Family Feud episode that we had.
Yeah. We had 3 of them on.
A couple months, 3 or 4, and then there was another 75 of them in the live chat. It was crazy. They got new shirts out. I don't know. Did you see that on Facebook?
Every other name is Guerreri in the Sportsman car, isn't it?
Yeah. But they got some new apparel out. Make sure you check out Guerreri Racing. They got all three Sportsman cars on the same shirt. It's a very neat looking piece.
Nice.
And are you coming out to Canandaigua or going to Fulton next week?
No, we are leaving Monday morning to go camping and not coming back to the following Monday. So I will not be at Canandaigua or Fulton next week.
Is that going to be a little tough for you?
No.
July 16th, Tony Stewart's going to be back at Canandaigua, and then the day after, Casey Kane's going to be doing an autograph session.
The Grand Marshal, right?
And serving as Grand Marshal, and Tony Stewart's going to be racing his 410.
I'll be honest. Fulton. I'll be honest. I was a little bummed when we planned this. We've been planning this camping trip for a while now, and when we settled on this week, I was a little bummed because I knew I was going to miss the Casey Kane Tony Stewart night at Fulton because I was kind of thinking I might go to that.
Sure.
But then I found out just a couple days ago that Casey really isn't racing, I guess.
Yeah, I think
he's just
changed.
The Grand Marshal. So to be honest with you, I'm not really all that upset now because I've seen Casey race a dirt car many times, but not nearly as much as I have Tony.
Right.
We've all seen Tony a million times, especially in this area. I've seen Casey race a dirt car often, but not in this area. It would have been nice to see him close to home.
Sure. And
since he's not racing now, I'd still like to go, but I'm not going to be home. So that's.
Are you going to be close
I'm
enough
not when you're on
your camping trip? Are you going to be close enough to do any racing?
Look
at that.
We're already looking at the weekend that we're out there.
We can't put the lovely Mrs. Bombus on camera, but she's nodding her head with ice dinner plates.
Yeah, we're going.
They're kind of rolling
racing.
A little.
We're going racing at least once while we're out there. We haven't really figured out where yet. We're staying at the end of the state, end of New York State, out by Lake Erie, near Lake Erie, PA. We're New York borders, Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And so that puts us right near. We're only like a half hour from State Line Speedway. I've never been there. We're only a half hour from Erie Speedway, the pavement track.
Mm-hmm.
We're close to Erie's, the dirt track.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a few options
And State
that
Line.
weekend that we're out there. So who knows? I don't know. We're going to do something. I just don't know what. And it will be something new, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to get to a new track. So
I'm surprised you haven't checked those off your list already.
it is surprising because I've been.
I mean, for as much time as
seems like
for as much
over.
time as you spent driving through there, like, have you been to Holland?
No, well, that's what's funny. A lot of the Western New York tracks. I've been to majority of the tracks in New York State, but where I'm lacking is the Western.
Yeah, Mercer.
The
there's another
Western
one.
tip of the state. I've been to Mercer.
You've been to
We've
Mercer?
been there. Yes, we've been there for back when the USNA deal went in 2000 or 2001,
Uh-huh.
whatever it was. Her and I hit all the USNA shows.
Now we're
And
gonna.
Mercer had a 2-day show, and they got the first night in, second night rained out. So I've been there for a weekend deal.
And there's a Leicester. There's a trek out that way. There's a Dunn Raceway Parks out that way.
Yep, seen it going on the throughway a million times.
Never
been
stopped there
Not
either.
been to Lancaster at all.
How about Sharon? Sharon's in Ohio.
Yes, Mike and I were there for
That was.
Ohio Sprint Week.
But did they race there?
We got rained out. They raced last year, so I was there last year too. But
Ken went through and started naming all the tracks out there in Western New York.
I've
ticking them off.
there's a bunch of Western New York tracks that I've not been to. Basically, really,
You ever been
as far as the Western tip, like Buffalo and beyond,
yeah.
the only one I've been to is Ransomville. I've been to Ransomville several times. And then, of course, the Niagara Falls Convention Center when they used to do the TQs. But I've not been to Holland. I've not been to...
Yeah, Humberstone's out that way too.
Well, that's in Canada, though. Not New York. We're talking New York.
Well, Sharon's in Ohio.
I know. I didn't mention Sharon. Somebody else did. But anyway, I've not been to State Line. I've not been to Holland. I've not been to Batavia. I mean, there's quite a few tracks out in that region I've never been to for whatever reason.
Yeah, I've never been to Batavia.
That's really the one gap in all the tracks in New York State because I've been to majority of them.
Yeah, you
That's
get this
really
odd
where my gap
panhandle
is.
this odd panhandle of tracks that you've driven by a million times on
Yeah.
your way to Ohio, and you've never stopped at them. It's interesting.
Yep.
For as much as you go, and as much as
know,
you have gone in the past.
Well, right. I don't go near.
So what do you have
now
against
as
the
I used
Western?
to, but
What do you have against the Western New York tracks?
nothing. I guess it's just because being, for
Are
the
they too-
most part, modified guy.
Are they too redneck for you?
They don't ever have your big modified races.
Do you look down on those tracks because they're country, having grown up in the metropolis of Fort Collins?
Traveling through in the 80s and 90s as much as I did in the early to mid 2000s, you follow the Super Dirt Series or nowadays
that's
you got
true.
RLC and stuff. They
Sure.
don't ever go to that region other than Ransomville. Really, is it?
World of Outlaws went to State Line.
Yeah,
Couple,
the
two,
late,
three times.
models. Yes, they did. They did.
Yep.
No, it's one of them tracks. State Line's been one of them tracks that's always been on the bucket list. I just
Yeah,
haven't
You'll
checked it
have-
off. But
You'll
maybe,
have fun there.
maybe in another week or so, I will be checking it off. We'll have to see.
If you can get there, it's a lot of fun. It's a neat little track. It's tiny.
I will get there before I die. Trust me.
Yeah,
Whether it's next weekend or not, I will get there one day.
yeah. There's another one, Little Valley.
Little Valley's another. I would love to go there. Actually, that'd be my first choice
Yeah,
because I've always heard great things about that place.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, they only run like 4 or 5 races a year.
Yeah, they don't run
and they're
much.
not running while we're out there. So
right.
it is what it is. I'm not hitting it right. That's
You
all.
ever been to the track in Dunkirk?
What place is that?
That's your Chautauqua County Fairgrounds. One of the biggest derbies in New York State.
Is that where you took me last year? That's where you
No,
took
I took
me
you to
last year.
Cuba. You didn't
Oh,
go
we
I
went
don't
to
think
Cuba,
Yeah,
okay.
you didn't go to Dunkirk.
All right.
No,
No,
you didn't go to Dunkirk.
that's a big no then.
Yeah, I know. And about 9 other people in the Creekside Entertainment live chat just said no. That doesn't count.
For
Stop talking.
our sprint car fans out there, tonight is the Brad Doty Classic at Lima Land Motorsports Park, and apparently there are 50 cars on hand for the Brad Doty Classic.
Not bad.
Another great showing for the Brad. That's always one of the. It's quickly become the last few years one of the crown jewels of sprint car racing because, everybody loves Brad Doty. He's so well respected, and everybody tries to support that race. So it was actually supposed to be
How
last
can you
night.
not
and
like
they
that guy?
postponed it to
You know
today.
what I mean?
Exactly. He was a great driver, but he's also become over the years a great broadcaster and stuff with all the TV that he's done in the past. And great guy.
You remember when he got hurt?
Sure do.
Yeah.
Sure do. Coors Light, man. Coors Light 18, right?
I thought maybe you were going to go that different direction with that. Coors Light hasn't erased that memory, but then I remember it was Miller Lite.
I wish it was Miller Lite.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Wouldn't have crashed.
We got to get Brian Sipple on the line. We're going to be catching up with him here, and we're going to talk a little bit about
What's he got to talk about?
Well, this is he's got all sorts of stuff going on that we got to catch up with him about. I also want to know how he feels about taking so much of so many of your prizes in our giveaways, and if he's enjoyed the trips that we've sent him on. And then beyond that, he was part of a situation that he can kind of share some common ground with Brett Hearn in.
Right.
He hosted an event at Canandaigua Motorsports Park, and his daughter was driving in it, just like Brett Hearn was promoting the show, and he competed it. Stu Friesen promoted the show and competed in it. Pete Bicknell has done it a million times. Alex Hogue was doing it.
Pete does it every weekend.
Right. And I just wanted to get some thoughts from him, and then as we follow the course of conversation, some of the thoughts in
that's actually a pretty good topic, especially
I know you've got thoughts
especially on it. With Brett's show being the other night. And just to throw, you mentioned a few guys who have promoted recently, and you go back 20 years or so, and you look at when Dave Lape and Andy Fusco used to have Lapco promotions, and they promoted their own shows. David didn't run in his own shows.
He didn't?
No, he didn't. He, for whatever reason, he always felt like he needed to focus more on the promotional side of it, and he would not run his own shows. But nowadays, like you said, you got Brett, you got Stewie, a couple of these guys are doing it now, and they are competing in their own shows, and I don't have a problem with it. Did you get a busy signal?
Got a busy signal on that one. I know he's watching in live chat.
Brian, get off the damn
Brian's,
phone.
He's in there. I got to tell him. I'm trying to call you, dude.
So do you want to talk about that now, or do you want to wait? That whole topic?
Well, yeah, I mean, one way or the other, it's something that's always intrigued me. I mean, there was all the discussion about whether Steve Payne was or wasn't going to buy Black Rock Speedway.
Yeah.
And that's in the same vein, that's in the same same mindset.
Yeah, if he ever ran a place, what's he going to do? Is he going to run there a week?
How can he not? How can he not run there? I mean,
especially when he's so good there.
That's going to reduce his overhead just by him running there.
Yeah, because people go to see him.
Well, it's good.
He's a draw.
Well, yeah, I mean that's gonna boost fan attendance, of course. But what I'm saying is, it's gonna reduce his overhead. He's not gonna have to pay himself.
Right, exactly. No matter where he finishes, whether it's first or it's last, he doesn't have to pay himself.
That's Brian calling me on this phone, on my cell phone, but it won't work with the speakers. You got to call on the show line. Otherwise, remember when we tried it with the cell phones? How bad that was?
Yeah.
It was a disaster. It was an absolute disaster.
Well, it's harder too because the service up in this building stinks anyway.
We're gonna try Brian again, see if we can get him. Nope.
Brian, get your daughter off the phone.
I know. He just called me off that same phone number that I just called him on, and it rang busy. He's in the process of leaving me a voice message.
Dummy's Dogs is on the phone. Get her off the phone.
He was.
That's his daughter's team in the fantasy.
Demi's Dogs.
Demi's Dogs.
She ran a camera for me in Cuba.
Did she?
Yeah, she did a good job.
Nice.
Brian, buddy. Brian. I'm trying to call you, but it keeps ringing busy, and I don't think it's.
It keeps ringing busy. No, I haven't been on the phone. My daughter has her own phone, so I don't have to worry about that.
All right. Well,
so it's not her.
Actually, this might work okay. You don't sound too bad on my cell phone.
I can hear him.
Okay. Well, let's just go with that then. So, I don't know if you heard us talking a little bit about it, but that's one of the things we wanted to get some of your thoughts on. Where, Brett Hearn ended up winning the show that he promoted. It was the first time in 5 years that he did it.
Yep.
But all the same, he won the event.
Yeah, a lot of people feel strongly that he shouldn't be racing in his own race, whatever. Whatever. I don't see a problem.
And you now share some common ground, having Demi in the field in a car prepared to go run in competition at Canandaigua Motorsports Park when you had the Derby. I just wanted to get some of your thoughts on that, and we'll there's a whole bunch of different angles that we can take this.
Okay. Yeah, my daughter was in it. I had her car parked right up in front for anybody else participating in the Derby to look at beforehand, make sure it was all legal. Nobody looked at it, and they all trusted me, I guess. I guess when she was out there, I was watching her more than anybody. Plus, I had two other officials on the track with me to watch the other competitors. just making sure everything was on the level, fair and square for everybody.
We had we were down at the midweek show at the Yates County Fair taping in Penn Yan, and their show promoter Steve Travis and his son both had cars that were run last year that they ran in a 4-cylinder exhibition, so to say, and the two Travises knocked out the other two cars first, and then they beat up on each other. Now, there wasn't necessarily any money paid out per se, but at the same time, it also falls in line, and it's a little bit more personal when you have two family members on the track at the same time like that. There's obviously a different degree of aggression when you match a demolition derby compared to a modified race, but still, there are some interesting parallels to be drawn between what happened with Brett Hearn and then when we talked about Stu Friesen.
There's always going to be somebody that has a problem with it, no matter what.
Right. What's John saying? I can't hear John.
John was saying that there's always going to be somebody that has a problem. There's always going to be somebody that has some sort of gripe about it.
Yep.
Yeah, I had no gripes at all from anybody.
Well, that's good, because I think that you're in one of those rare instances where you got the right people around you where people aren't going to say anything about it.
I'm going to take a wild.
Right.
I'll take a wild guess to say she didn't win either, then, because it might be a different story if she had.
No, she ended up what? She ended up 5th or 6th.
Yeah, something like that. Lost the brakes, hit the wall, and the motor fell out of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can't be good.
Rich can relate to that with that enduro adventure that he had with that Escort when all the subframe came right out of the car.
Yep, same situation basically.
I mean, so what are some of your thoughts? You're coming at it from a different perspective. You're looking at the same thing as Brett Hearn or Pete Bicknell, who runs weekly at Merrittville Speedway. They just want car count. They want people there, and they want to put on an entertaining show. What's your thoughts on somebody taking part in the show if they're also promoting it?
I don't think I have a problem with it as long as the proper tech is in place to check their cars and the proper officials, the police things. So there is no conflict of interest. Usually they don't check the big blocks after the race with Brett. They weigh them, and basically that's what they do with the big blocks. I don't have a problem with it. I don't see any conflict. Like John said, Pete Bicknell runs Merrittville every week and wins 90% of the time up there.
Yeah.
And he continues to draw races up there.
Yep.
So
there's no
I don't think it's really a problem.
Did you get to Albany, Saratoga?
No, I did not.
I know you go to. I think that's the only race you're going to miss this summer. I mean, how many road trips?
We're gonna miss some more derby, so.
Yeah. Brian's going to make a vacation of it up at the first week of August, and up at the Malone County Fair in Franklin, New York, and in between that he's going to hit Mohawk, and you're going to Cornwall too, aren't you?
Yes. Sunday night.
Nice.
Yeah, so he's going to be seeing all sorts of different types of motorsports up there.
Cool. Mohawk's a nice place. Mohawk is a beautiful facility.
You went out to the 358 race that Chad Brockman won, the Battle at the Board at Ransomville, right?
Yes.
How was their turnout there with the small block stuff? With the tour, I should say that. With the tour.
38 small blocks, I believe they had.
That's not a bad turnout.
Yeah, they had a decent turnout, although they had more at Cornwall. I think people were a little surprised that I felt the car count was a little down at Ransomville compared to Cornwall. But, I understand these guys got pick and choose, and the Canadians, a lot of times they just pretty much stick to Canada. So, I can understand why some of them weren't there, but. And of course, you lost Shepard with the whole controversy. Once his motor was deemed illegal with the cylinder heads, he kind of took him out of the mix with not going to Ransomville too, so he wasn't there. There was a couple of guys that were at Cornwall that were missing from Ransomville. But all in all, it looked like it was it's a solid car count,
I know Brett was scheduled to be there, but I don't know if he turned around because of the weather.
Yeah, everybody's been kind of speculating.
I'm sure weather was a major deterrent to some of these guys.
Yep.
That wouldn't normally follow the series, but would come to race.
Yeah, because Brett was. It was posted on Facebook or Dirt Track Digest or somewhere that Brett was seen that morning in Fulton, his hauler, because apparently I guess he'd gone to Enders to get some motor work done, and his hauler was spotted that morning. So everybody just speculated, okay, he's on his way to Ransomville now, and then he never showed up. So
right.
Everybody wondered why, if it was the weather that just hurt him, or did he just not plan on going to begin with? Nobody knows.
What are you doing over there? You've been
I keep getting tweets from Mike.
Any more updates on what's going on?
Well, he's tweeting the starting lineup of the feature.
They're not messing around out there.
No, they
got
can't.
No lights.
They
gotta
can't.
go.
They're running out of daylight,
Gotta
so
go.
they got to go. It's a 30 lap feature tonight, and Dave Murdoch and Ricky Rickner on the front row. Shingledecker's third. Rex King Jr. fourth. Chris Haynes is fifth. Starting lineup.
Brian, you ever get a chance to get out there?
Pardon me?
You ever get a chance to get out to that track?
Where? In the one,
Yeah, the Expo.
nope, never been there.
No, Mike's
Well,
been like giddy about this race.
To be
He's been
honest-
looking forward to getting out to this track.
Just because it's new. He's never been there. And I can understand that. I'd be excited to go there, too, just because I'd never been.
Yeah, and he says it's awesome. You're getting other text messages that are somewhat conflicting reports.
The thing is with that place, it's hard to get there when they only run one time a year.
Well, yeah, I mean, you
It's
got
like
one
you got to go this week, today, or you're
Right.
forget it.
If you don't go today, you got to wait,
wait till next year.
365 days.
Yeah. But it'd be cool to go there once.
Wow, how about that? We're a little bit behind. The lineup is about 33 minutes old. They're already running the feature there. Ken must have a better inside track than we do.
Well, the service probably doesn't help these tweets coming through either.
Well, yeah, it's got to get through a brick wall.
Our service is not good here at all.
That's okay. Once again, on the Creekside Entertainment Hotline with Brian Sipple, promoter, longtime racing enthusiast. What's next for you? I know you just got some new news to announce regarding Canandaigua Motorsports Park.
Tentatively, we're scheduled for Derby on September 7th. Again, after the races, the Les White Shootout. I tentatively scheduled it with Jeremy. I do have to confirm it for sure, but it's 99% sure. Once again, 4 and 6 cylinders, Derby, same rules as the May 18th show.
And that's adults. That is the
Yes.
adults. Yep. Last week was the youth division.
Yes, I had 12 cars show up, which I thought was a decent count for the youth first time there.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we can work with Jeremy again and put it on the schedule again next year.
How's Jeremy doing?
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, I've heard no
Have
news
you guys
either.
heard anything at all?
No. I did get some information from Creekside Entertainment, though, that the backstretch camping's opened up again. It's Super Dirt Week. That's about the only dirt-related news that I've got this week.
The what? Say that again?
Right.
The camping
Yeah.
on the backstretch is open again.
Inside or outside, you mean? You mean inside?
Let me get back in there and let you know. It was actually Steven from Creekside. They've reopened the infield backstretch for general camping at Dirt Week. That there was a lot of people that were trying to contact Dirt and voice their opinion on the matter. He said he even wrote some emails himself.
Why was it? Had they decided to close it?
Well, didn't they implement that lottery system?
But that's all with the reserve stuff. See, the backstretch in the infield on the backstretch, that's all open. You know, it's a free for all. That's not reserved. So I just assumed that was all status quo. I didn't realize there was anything. I don't know why they would
Well, now
consider.
it's back to status quo.
I don't know why they would consider closing it, because then you make the room smaller now.
Right. Yeah, it'd make it significantly
Yeah.
reduced. But the good
And
news
for the
is,
people that don't want to buy reserve spots, more people are going to go there now.
right.
Because
Yep.
now that's really about the only choice they have, inside.
Sure.
Or you're going to have to be outside.
Or sleep in your car,
Yeah.
which has happened before.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there'll be many people sleeping in cars.
Sleeping in other
Whether
people's
they
cars.
planned on it or not.
Sleeping in other people's cars that they thought were their own.
Exactly. There
That's
you go. That's happened last year.
Yep. My wife, she said that she may consider coming to Super Dirt Week this year,
Yes, that's so she can keep you under wraps.
so that I can make it home. Right. We had a heck of an adventure. We were at the Northeast Championships in Brockton on Saturday and Sunday, and we
Where's
had a
that?
great time. That's up. It's southeast of Quincy, near Boston. in
So you're in Massachusetts. Okay.
Yeah, and that was a ball. It's an 80s and newer no weld show, and just man, the promoters are Wood Booger Demolition Derbies, and these guys are just the most fun to hang out with. they hang out with a guy called the Doctor. He comes in vanilla and menthol mint flavors, and
Yeah.
he can make you
I'll
time.
bet.
Yeah, he can make you time travel, man.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
So aside of the Derby, Brian, what else you got going on? Where's the next race for you? I know you got a laundry list of, you do like 100 races a year. What's next?
Hey, Canada Getting probably Burton, Canandaigua, Utica, Rome next week. No Canandaigua next week. I'll be at Waterloo.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Promoting my September 7th show. I'm going to give the winner of the small car feature on Saturday night a free entry into my show on September 7th.
That'd be a good place to do it.
Nice.
A little cooperation between the two, we can get it going.
You going to do the same thing at Penn Yan or no?
No, I won't be able to make it to Penn Yan this week.
No, I know you can't make it there, but do you want to?
Sure, why not? Let's do it that way.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, I'll get that stuff taken care of. Yates County Fair's this week, Seneca County Fair's next week, and then the week after that's the Ontario County Fair.
Right.
So busy fair season for everybody around here. If you like going riding carnival rides, go for it. Except for, there was a microburst that hit Yates County Fair, and it caused all sorts of chaos there during the
I saw something on Facebook regarding some
brutal.
sort of storm or something. Was this yesterday or something?
Yeah, it was Tuesday night or Wednesday night, whatever day it is. Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Yep.
I saw Sunshine posting something about it. I didn't.
She was in the middle of everything that happens.
Always. Always. She loves to be in the middle.
You got to get some of that information about your September 7th show in Sunny's hands. She'll take care of that, Brian. She'll get everybody and their brother to come.
Get it to who?
To Sunny.
Sunshine.
Sunny? Okay.
Well, I'm sure you got plenty to do. You got cards tonight or no?
Pardon me?
You got cards tonight?
Cards?
Yeah, you playing cards tonight? No?
No, not tonight. No.
Oh.
Your show was more important tonight.
Oh, good. Well, I appreciate that. Look at that.
Yeah.
How many trips did you end up getting out of the 31st lap anyway? When we had those giveaways, I mean, you ended up winning a couple, didn't you? With either you or your family or something.
Three, I believe.
Three
last year. Rolling Wheels twice, and Cayuga County.
It felt like about 60. And then you got something from John off of the fantasy league too, right?
Yes.
Yep.
2 tickets to Fulton.
Yep.
Anytime this year, and I got the Jeremiah Shingle-Decker hat, shirt, and coolie from Jeremiah, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
Do you play the lottery?
No.
Hey, Brian, have you worn the shirt yet?
Yes.
It's like a triple X, I think.
Thank you.
I think it was triple X.
Yeah.
Yes.
You said it was a perfect fit. How can you go wrong? Well, we sure do appreciate you taking some time out. Is there anybody that you want to mention that helps make your shows happen out there when you're doing them at large, Canandaigua and some of the other places you looked into getting into?
Yes. First of all, I have to thank Jeremy for giving me the opportunity to promote these shows at his track. He's semi-fond of it, but he gives me the opportunity to do it. I'd like to thank my tech inspectors, Bill Smith and Jim Burba, that's helped me out every show. Actually, Donnie Hartzell helped me out this time with inspecting cars. Appreciate all their help. Like to thank Brett Relier also Saturday for making the long haul from Oswego up 2.5 hours just to participate his daughter in my show. I thought it was real nice of him to step up to make that haul. Other than that, I think that covers everybody. My family for dealing with my crap and letting them run in my show. My daughter really appreciated that.
I'm glad she had fun.
Yeah, she did.
I look forward to seeing you here a couple times in the next couple weeks, and in your travels, be safe.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Give me a call later.
See you, man.
Thank you. Yes. Bye.
There goes Brian Sipple on the Creekside Entertainment Hotline, the debut of the Creekside Entertainment Hotline.
Yeah.
And the show at Expo has just been rained out. That's an update coming to us through the
Are you serious?
Creekside Entertainment live chat. Yeah, how about that?
Are
That's Ken. Unless
the
Ken
feature
was just
started?
messing with us, but the lineup was
Rained
a half
out.
hour.
It's beautiful out.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is there. Can you believe that? Man.
Did the feature start?
Yeah. They were running the feature when he posted the update about the lineup. Right there in the live chat.
Well, they're
Unless
gonna have to
he's messing
crown.
with us.
If
We'll know in a half hour from Mike if it happened.
If it did rain, they'd have to crown a winner because they ain't running it another day.
They're not running the track back in. If the cloud cover came in, that's probably why I had to cancel it. It's not even actually raining yet. You can't see. How about that? Unfortunate turn of events there. Have you heard? We mentioned earlier.
No, the last tweet I got was the starting lineup was the top 5 or 6 there. That's the last tweet. I'm still waiting for the rest of the lineup.
Well, how about we'll do a quick break here, when maybe that'll give some time for Mike to catch up. It does not look like Mother Nature's going to cooperate. The race at Expo has been canceled. It's rescheduled for Sunday at 2 in the afternoon. That's from Ken.
What?
Yeah, that's the Expo track in Ohio. Creekside Entertainment Newark is the fastest growing DJ service in the Finger Lakes. Based out of Newark, the group features anything you might need to kickstart your next party or gathering. The official photo booth provider of the Rochester Nighthawks is Creekside Entertainment. They offer DJ services, sound rentals, and karaoke. They can be found around the area weekly, including F&A's Rhythm and Booze, the newest hotspot, opening up in Waterloo. They play there Mondays from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. Every Friday night at the Poorhouse from 9 until 1 a.m. all the way through December. That's in Dundee. Every Friday night at the Quality Inn located in Newark, featuring rock and roll karaoke from 9:30 to 1:30. That's on Friday nights. And then Saturday nights at the Penn Yan VFW from 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. That's Creekside Entertainment, the official fan connection sponsor of the 31st Lap, online at http://creeksideentertainmentdj.com. Call Stu at 315-481-9700 or email creeksideentertainment@yahoo.com. And then, of course, the other people, we alluded to them a little bit earlier, that we need to make sure we give mention to D'Amico Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They're a staple of the Finger Lakes since 1963. D'Amico Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram offers full service, parts, and sales from their headquarters on routes 5 and 20 on the west side of Geneva. Their lineup includes beautiful new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Have you seen that yet? God damn, what a nice car.
The what?
BMW better be nervous. The new Jeep Grand Cherokee.
The new Grand Cherokee?
The new one has been completely redesigned. And the
Laredo.
Laredo.
I have or not. I don't think I have.
The Laredo, the base model Laredo, blew me away. I didn't get a chance to drive the Limited or the Summit Overland or any of the other ones. I just drove that. Oh my God, what a car. What a Jeep. Nothing drives
Those
like
things
a Jeep.
are awesome with a Hemi in it.
It was awesome. And then they've also got the hot new offering, the Dart, which I also got to drive, a stick shift. I only stalled it twice, but I did spin the tires in third gear.
Did they come with a 6, or are they all strictly 4-bangers?
They're 4-bangers, but they're turbo. You can get one with an aero package and stuff.
Yep.
They're awesome.
Yep.
And at D'Amico Chrysler Dodge Jeep, this is the summer clearance event. 2013 models are drastically reduced, and July is historically the busiest month at D'Amico, and it's the month to clean out to make room for the new car inventory. So they got room for everything else coming in. There's still plenty of 2013 models in stock, and everything is priced below dealer invoice. Visit my favorite sales rep, Mike Godkin, and the rest of the D'Amico family online at D'AmicoChryslerDodgeJeep.com, or visit them in person at the dealership, opening daily Monday to Saturday at 8:30. For more information, call D'Amico's at 877-407-7207.
Everyone should have a Mopar in their driveway.
Or 2.
Or 2.
Or
or
4.
3. Or 4.
I at one point had 5. And all of them ran, sort of.
Sort of.
By definition, they started and moved.
You turn a key and it fired?
You could drive it. It just wouldn't.
We got something coming through. What do we got?
That was the problem. Oh, yeah. Brian forgot to mention Beck's Recycling. Beck's Recycling is a huge help for his events out there. We got something? We got something official?
The rest of the starting lineup is coming through. I got 6 through 14 now. Yeah, buddy.
Right on the cutting edge.
Brockman was starting 11th.
We're on the leading edge of technology at this point. If anybody else wants to weigh in for us, that'd be just fine. We're happy to take any tips.
Oh, good grief.
I don't know why it's. I mean, as much technology is in this room, I don't know why it's so hard for you to get a text message. I really don't. Because I've been getting text messages.
It's funny because Mike has been
running. Is it a tweet or a text message?
It's tweet.
It's a tweet.
But it really, it comes across as a text message. But Mike has been running into an issue in recent weeks with his tweets. People are not getting them all.
Really?
When we're out to Ohio,
has he got too many followers?
He'd be in the in the pits tweeting, say, let's just say the starting lineup, and the starting lineup might come through 3 or 4 different tweets by the time you get through the whole lineup. And I might get maybe 3 of the 4. Like, I might get 1 through 6 of the lineup, but then 7 through 14 didn't come, but then I got the rest of the lineup. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For some reason, and he's been hearing that not only from me, but a bunch of other people as well recently.
And that's got to be a huge blow to him because he loves that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I almost think that maybe because he's tweeting so fast, he's sending a bunch quickly.
Yeah.
They're just not going.
Are they getting bottlenecked in his drafts?
And he's got so many followers now. I'm sure that probably slows it down. He's got like 2,000 followers now. So that probably slows it down some way or somehow. Sure. But for whatever reason, we're not everybody's getting them all the time. All right, now I just got 15 through 22, so there still should be like 3 more starters left.
There's 3 starters
There's
left.
25 cars.
And they've been racing for over half an hour.
Yeah.
And it's also since rained out and been rescheduled, and everybody's packing up to go home, and we're just telling people where everyone's starting. Ken's on there mocking us.
Rex King was supposed to start 16th.
Yeah. He probably did start because they did race. They took the green flag. They just didn't do it to a conclusion, and it's going to be finished once again. That race at Expo is going to be finished on Sunday at 2 p.m. Interesting.
That's lovely. Well, eventually he'll have to have a tweet that says there's rain issues.
Maybe that's his problem. Maybe it's a severe thunderstorm.
Maybe
or
the weather's
microburst
screwing it up.
screwing
I
up
don't
his
know.
phone.
Could be.
Yeah.
Between the weather and this building, I'm
Poor
not
Mike.
getting them
Yeah, poor
in a
Mike.
timely fashion.
He's got to be spitting nails over there. He wanted to see this race so bad. But I mean, at least he got there. He got to see something. I wonder if he's going to stay out there.
Well, he's got to go to Schweeken tomorrow, so he'll be going for.
I can't
I
believe
don't know
they
where
didn't
he's going to
start
stay,
everybody.
but he's going from
You're not
Ohio
waiting.
to
You're
Schweeken.
not waiting on any more starters. That's it. They only started 22.
Oh, I wonder what happened to the other 3.
Flat tires. There's no power.
I know.
There's no power in the pits.
I know one of the
so they
cars-
couldn't change it.
One of the guys destroyed their car in like hot laps, so I have a feeling he was probably going to be a scratch.
Yeah, he's not coming back. Look at you. You're over there. You're just dying for that phone to go off.
No, I'm actually forwarding. I take his tweets and I forward them to Facebook. So that's what I'm trying to do now.
Yeah.
Because I get a lot of people that
Well, I'd hate for the show to interrupt your attention.
follow his tweets through my Facebook page.
Yeah.
So
Good for you. Everybody's got to have a thing.
there, the starting lineup's on Facebook now. Finally,
Well, our intentions of following through to the conclusion of that race has backfired twice between the delays and now the rain.
so anyway, you had mentioned a topic.
Yeah, let's get back onto that a little bit because I know you had some other thoughts on it because we've touched on this before and Brian had an interesting angle on it and you'd begun a couple thoughts there.
I to be honest with you, I don't really have a problem with it. Never have. I always thought that Dave Lape should have raced in his races, but
you were talking about
he
Andy
never
Fusco's
he never
deal.
would. When him and Andy Fusco did their Lapco deals, he would not race in his own races. He just figured he better focus on promoting the show, and rather than
How many
trying to
races
race
do they
too.
promote?
They used to do like 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah.
For a few years, and then they just stopped. I mean, they did Woodhull a couple of years. They used to do Can-Am every year for I don't know however many years.
Right.
Where else did they go? They went to I think a couple other places, but Can-Am and Woodhull namely were especially Can-Am. They did a bunch there. That was like their first race they ever promoted was at Can-Am. That was my first ever trip to Can-Am was for the Lapco show. Their first.
You were
ever
going
show.
there. Were you going there hoping to see Dave race there, and then
like,
he didn't?
That was like 1988. No, I did not go to see Dave race ever.
No, why would that be? Why?
That has nothing to do with bleeding orange. When you bleed orange, you boo flames.
Did you?
You boo flames and crash and destroy. That's the way you're raised. That's the way it is.
It is what it is. Did you see the new Smashed Empire Films T-shirts?
No, I did not.
Color
New
scheme on
T-shirts. I never saw the old ones.
They're really just the T-shirts, but yeah, they're black. They're black, orange, and white.
So you have shirts now, huh?
Yep.
Oh, is that what you're wearing?
No.
Oh.
No, this is a different one. No, this is for Metal Destruction.
I see.
No, they haven't got here yet.
You should have. Oh, you don't have them.
They're on
yet.
their way from Illinois.
Oh, I was going to say you should have brought it with you. You could have held it up to the camera.
I would if I had it. There's a picture of it. There's a picture of them on Facebook.
Oh, there is?
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yep. I figured you'd be interested in them.
Oh, yeah.
Black and white.
Yeah. It'd make a good night shirt.
They're Jack Johnson colors. Come on.
Oh, they're orange?
That's what I said. Orange, black, and white.
Oh. I heard black and white and other.
No.
It's not solid orange.
No.
No.
No. Gets too dirty.
Orange doesn't get dirty. If you have an orange shirt, it won't get dirty.
No.
Yeah. It's immune to
It
dirt.
repels it.
Yeah.
Shakes it off. You don't get dirty when you're out front, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Well, until you get into lap traffic. But anyway, back to the
So he didn't
promoting
race.
your own
Stu
show
Friesen
and racing.
raced. I mean,
Stewie, of course, raced. Brett, of course, is going to race. You know, why would Brett Hearn promote his own event at the racetrack where he's, aside from maybe the Valley or Orange County where he's best at,
Right.
not race. That's crazy. You're not going to promote a show there if you're not going to race in it.
Sure.
You're going to promote it where you suck.
Like Fulton. He should go do it right.
But it's funny though, because now he's actually pretty good there now. Now that he finally won.
Yeah,
once he breaks through, then he's
you're in
usually
trouble.
pretty good.
I mean, I can see where people are upset. I can see where the conflict of interest is there. I've always thought if you're going to do that, you should establish your show first, and then if you're going to participate in it, participate after the fact. But there's other situations where it just looks bad when the guy promoting the show wins the race. It just doesn't look right, and it opens you up for more criticism than necessarily need in a sport that is prone to criticism.
Yeah.
Over the top criticism,
and
unjustified criticism in a lot of cases.
I certainly see that side of it and understand that side of it and why people would take that view. For me, I don't have a problem with it because you know what I like about the racers getting involved in promoting shows like we've seen recently with Brett and now Stewie getting involved. I like it because it's good for the sport. It attracts a lot of fans, and they have a way to talk to racers
It
face to
definitely has
face
draw power.
and get them to get them to come to their shows.
It has draw power with fans because
it does.
Because Brett Hearn's putting on a show. Really,
Yes,
they want to go see that,
and they know exactly what they want and what they don't want.
right?
Because let's face it, racers better than us fans sitting in the stands. They know what a good show needs. They know how to run because they go through this every day.
Right.
I mean, obviously there's more to it than just showing up the race, but still, they see a lot more side of it than we do as fans, just showing up in the grandstands. So I think the racers make good promoters. Now, do you have to wait till after you're done racing, when your racing career is up, and then become a promoter? Again, that's, I guess, part of this topic in the conversation, how you want to side with it, but I don't have a problem with it. I really don't.
For as much as it happens at the local level, where you have a racer go on to either take over a racetrack or promote a racetrack or what have you, after their career has somewhat come to a conclusion, or what might you be, you don't see a whole lot of people on the higher levels, like the NASCAR guys.
Yep.
They open race teams. They don't get tracks. If they do get tracks, they get local tracks,
right,
and they run the local level tracks.
Right.
Why haven't we seen anybody at the top echelon, national level racing get their hands on some of these tracks that close and kind of force NASCAR, leverage them into bringing that racing series back to one of the tracks? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. I don't know why. For example, if you want to use Smoke, obviously he's a promoter. He has his own track. He's involved with 2 other racetracks as part owner. Mm-hmm. With other partners besides Eldora. He's got all the race teams. He's got the Cup teams. Why doesn't he get involved with a NASCAR sanctioned track to have a Cup race? Who knows? Maybe he will one day. I mean, I don't know why he doesn't.
Well, he does,
now.
kind of. He's got the trucks at Eldora.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean,
right.
It's
and who
backward
knows?
way of doing
mean,
it. That could be what opens the door.
5-10 years down the road, you might see a Cup racer. How do you know?
Yeah.
There could be grandstands all the way around that place. Who the hell knows? I mean, I don't think you'll see
Mike
the Cup
Joy,
cars go there. But
Mike Joy has a track up in New England.
No. Ken Squire. Stafford.
But again,
I'm sorry. Ken Squire's in Vermont. Stafford is Jackaroo.
Jackaroo. That was the guy that I was thinking of.
Jackaroo.
And that's got the NASCAR modifieds that go there. But again, it's nothing more than that. It'd be neat to see somebody like Kyle Busch spends a lot of money on race cars.
Yeah.
He
Kyle won a race this week.
Yeah, it's
a Howie Leto Memorial at the Milwaukee Mile late model show. Kyle Busch did. It was Tuesday night, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, these guys got, they do have, some have racetracks, race teams.
I think Ken Schrader has a track or is involved with a track in Missouri.
He's a partner with Peevely, I-55. Him and another gentleman co-own it. But also, he is involved. Stewart, Schrader, Kenny Wallace all promote track in Illinois. Oh, Jesus. Any other time I can think of it. But anyway, it's a little bull ring, little short track in Illinois. and that's when I said Tony's involved with 2 other ones with partners. One of the tracks is in Illinois, and he's partners with Schrader and Kenny Wallace.
The only one that I can think of in Illinois right now is
it's
Terre Haute.
That's in Indiana.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh crap! I'll think of it at some point. But anyway, and then there's a third track that Tony's involved with as like a small part owner. Greg Biffle. Greg Biffle owns Sunshine Speedway or whatever it is in Oregon.
Yeah.
His home state. A lot of these guys are involved with stuff like that.
They've got that stuff, but again, like I was saying, it
they
stays
don't
at the
go
local level.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
They stick with the short track stuff, but who knows why? I mean, if you want to go that far, I mean, look at Roger Penske. He had tracks, Nazareth, and he built California.
in Michigan.
And Michigan too, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not involved with them anymore.
Was he
sold
involved
them
with?
off,
Was he involved with? Was he involved with Ontario Raceway in California way back when?
He could have been. I don't recall if he was or not, but he could have been. I mean, because Ontario Raceway in California goes back quite a few years.
Yeah.
That's been long since gone for a while, but
Yeah, that disappeared. In
he
the
could have
80s.
been back in the 70s or whatever.
Because
Because
Ontario.
they used to race there. The Cup guys used to race there.
Yeah, and it was a huge track. It was enormous. It was a huge track, and then that closed, and they started going to Riverside.
Yep.
And
Right.
Now Riverside's gone,
And now they go to Sonoma,
and
and you got California Speedway.
the California Speedway is built on the former property of the Ontario track. There's a stack or something that still remains.
the
from way
only
back
thing they
before.
left
the
is
only thing
that
that's there.
concrete silo or whatever.
Yeah, the
heck
thing in
that
the middle.
is. Yeah. And they painted it all up, Fontana or whatever, California Speedway.
Ken said Stafford and Waterford are the only places he's gone to that have passing.
Stafford's a great place.
Yeah, they run.
Great place. Love
Yeah.
that place.
Ken said they got SK mods, mod lights, which are like 602 crate engines, late models, stocks, and pure stocks.
Yep. And Stafford has like 3 wheel and tour modified races every year.
Have you been there?
Yeah, I've been there a couple times. Stafford's a great track. Love that place. Beautiful facility.
When do they go for
the Aroots do a great job with that place.
Yeah.
I've seen the.
I've just never got into the asphalt stuff
I've
on
seen-
the local level.
I've seen Isma race there and Nima Midget race there before, and then I've seen the wheel and tour modified race there before. Nice place.
Well, we've covered an hour.
Another tweet.
Another
What do we got?
another delayed tweet.
Oh, we're into the start of the race now.
Yeah, it's already over, guys.
Well, actually, the missus is sitting over here. She got a text that we have a friend out there besides Mallet.
Is it
And
Rich?
She texted the missus and she says it is not raining there. So
Oh,
I don't
really?
know. Right? Is that what you're trying to tell me? She texted you and says it's not raining?
Says it's not rained out. It's dusty as hell.
Yeah.
So Ken's just messing with us?
So
Is that what he's
somebody's messing with him or he's messing with you, but
Yeah.
we're being
It's
told
working.
it's not raining.
saying? If that's the case, it's working because I have really no other means
Either-
of verifying it one way or the other.
Either way, at the drop of the green, Dave Murdoch leads, and then they had a yellow with 2 laps in. Green again, Murdoch leads King Jr. That's the last tweet I got. So,
Wow.
anyway.
Look at Dirt Track Digest. I'll be able to give you more information on it. Because I think that's pretty much going to do it for us. What else you
You
got?
got nothing else to talk about?
Not really.
There's gotta be something.
It's been. I don't know. We've been on here for
we've
an
been
hour.
gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've been gone for 2 weeks. We've pretty much touched on everything. It's also information that's going to be 2 weeks old. What Tyler
Did
Siri
you,
announcement with Tyler Siri is that Danny Johnson's going to be out of the 5-star this week.
Out of it.
Yeah.
It was announced last week that he's running the entire series.
He's going to be
In
out
that
of the
car.
out of the car for this week.
Oh, just for 1 week?
There's no
Or period.
no motor in it.
No.
Danny's out of the 5-star car this week, according to RWT.
So it's
Has
just the
motor.
1 week then.
Yeah,
That's Robert William.
I think so.
Where is Danny going? Is he going to friggin' Georgetown on Friday, RWT? He better be. I need the points. Danny's killing my fantasy league teams big time.
Why is that?
Him and
'Cause
Pat,
he's not-
Pat Ward are killing me. And,
Oh, yeah?
and Mario Claire. All 3 of my teams, I got Danny, Pat, and Mario.
Yeah.
Danny with this whole ride thing has killed me. Pat, he had his gallbladder or whatever it was there. He had his illness.
Right.
He missed a couple races. He didn't go Tuesday at a Brett show. And it was a double point race, so that just
Killed it.
Killed me. Mario had a feud with Granby, so he won't go back. Like, you
Wonderful.
kidding me? My whole teams, all three of them, just self-destructed.
Pull the pin on that one.
Oh, good Lord!
How's
This is
Rich
the
doing?
worst I've done.
Well, yeah, you won it the first 3 years, right?
No, no. It's only been 2 years. This is the third year, and I've not won it, and it pisses me off. Because look, I play this thing to win it. I take it seriously, and I have not won. I haven't won anything. It's frustrating. So you want to talk about promoting your own deal and racing in it?
Yeah.
I do
That's
the
you.
I do
Yeah,
the
you
same
do.
thing, and I don't win crap. I did win money in my NASCAR league though.
Yeah, we were being screwed with completely. I got sucked into that
You
totally.
did?
Yeah. Yeah, I took it hook, line, and sinker. They got me good.
I did win money in my NASCAR fantasy league.
Did you?
Yeah, my father-in-law and I, the league that we do, it's in the guys that run it are in the Syracuse area, and they do 2 seasons for the full year. So Daytona was the end of the first season, and they paid out the top 5. We finished 5th and 6th. We had 1 in the money and 1 just out of the money. We had 3 teams. Cost us $50. We won $113. My father-in-law and I did it. We went halves, so we each put in $25, and we got whatever $55 out of it or whatever. So it paid for the second half of the year now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Reinvest.
Yep. Paid for the second half of the year.
That's the way to gamble.
We'll still get money back.
Start with $2 in, and whatever you win, reinvest it back in the horses because it'll pay, right?
That's right.
It always will.
Even you know what though, the second half starts this weekend, and even if we lose that $50, the whole year cost us $100. We got 113 out of the first half. So either way, we made money.
Right. If you want to count small dollars,
And it's better than losing. We didn't lose.
you did it like every racer does. Invest it back in until you got nothing left, right?
And it's fun to follow. I love fantasy leagues. That's why I do the dirt one. I enjoy that stuff. Always have. Always been involved with fantasy leagues for years and years and years, and that's why I wanted to start my own. Yeah. We're getting a text now that says it's beautiful there right now in Ohio. So
I quit. I'm all done.
Is the race over yet? She say? Yeah.
No, they're still getting.
How long
crushed.
does it take them to run that 30 laps? Good grief! It will be dark.
They're gonna call it on account of darkness on lap 17.
What do we got?
You got
another update?
You got another tweet
Oh,
update.
close to halfway. Dave Murdoch leads Rex King Jr., Chris Haynes, Shingledecker, Brad Rapp, and now we got a caution as Casey stops in turn 2. Whoever that is, I don't even know who the hell that is. But
Actually, the tweet showed up here in the live chat before you read it off.
did it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome. So did you watch? Daytona Saturday night?
No, we were out in Boston.
Oh, that's
The
right.
greater
Yeah.
Boston area. Soaking up 97-degree temperatures with 180 gazillion% humidity. It was hot.
Yeah,
there.
it's been
Very
warm.
hot.
It's been warm the last couple weeks. Very warm and humid.
Yeah.
The humidity is what sucks.
Yep. No,
That was
I didn't
typical
see any of
restrictor
it.
plate crap.
And I understand that pretty much all you had to do was watch the last 15 laps, and you would have seen everything you needed to see.
Yeah, it was typical restrictor plate crap. I hate restrictor plate racing because to me it's not really racing. It's not normal, especially the nationwide race, because the nationwide race they're still doing that whole tandem thing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like relay racing. It's weird.
It is like relay
doesn't-
racing.
It's stupid.
That's true.
It doesn't make any sense. That's not real racing. You don't race like that. Nowhere else in the world do you race like that except Daytona and Talladega. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I mean, I get the whole point of the restrictor plate. How fast would those cars be going around that track if they didn't have the plate on them?
If they didn't have the plate,
didn't have the plate. Well, I mean, they'd be flying.
Who the hell
It'd be-
knows?
you couldn't.
they're
Make,
already going too fast. They're
Well-
still going 200 miles an hour.
so which way do you want
What's
it?
20 more miles an hour? I mean, they're already going too fast anyway.
I mean, which way do you want it? You want to slow them down or not?
Which is safer? To have them all strung out and not on 40 cars on top of one another, where when one guy makes one slightest mistake and you wipe out 25 cars, and
Are you measuring-
have those cars going everywhere,
Are you measuring safety? Or are you measuring entertainment?
or just have them all strung out so when one guy crashes, he crashes by himself, or maybe 2 or 3 cars, like a normal race. What normal race do you have one guy make one slight mistake and 40 cars are in a wreck? That doesn't happen.
Daytona.
Right, those two tracks. It doesn't.
Talladega.
That's not real racing.
You're right.
You
I'll
know?
give you that.
I mean, shit.
But are you measuring?
If you ask
are
me,
you, what's,
you're
what is-
safer in a Cup car than you are in an Indy car, and those guys go around 230.
Yeah.
Think about it. Those things are right. You're on the ground. It's a go kart.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
230 miles.
That's insane.
Yeah. Well, they redesigned the car to make them safer. I mean,
they are much safer than they were years ago, but still, you're not as safe in that thing as you are in a Cup car. Not in my personal opinion. Those things are
I don't
insane.
think we know. I don't think we know if you are or aren't safer. I mean, do we
I don't
really
know.
have,
I don't know
do
really
we
how
have
you
the
can
information
gauge
to
it
make
or whatever,
that,
but
to
still,
make that determination.
just
you have,
when
you have
when
more
you-
car around
when
you.
you look at them and you appear, you got a roll cage and everything all around you. You're enclosed, whereas obviously in any car, it's all open wheel, and that's insane.
I mean, are they putting?
I mean, the head sticks out above the car. You know, I mean,
It doesn't anymore.
well,
though.
no,
it doesn't.
anymore. But still, you know what I mean, though.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You could get hit. Your face could get hit with a part. You could have a part off of somebody's car hit you smack in the face.
It's possible.
It's crazy.
It is
It
possible.
could tear your head right off. How it doesn't happen, is beyond me.
I don't know if we have the information to make the in crash data to make that comparison because they run restrictor plates.
And
I don't mind it, but again, I mean, the thing is
there's
NASCAR
ways to
needs
slow them cars down besides having a restrictor plate that keeps them in 40 car packs. There's ways you can get around it, and they just will not do it. For whatever reason, they think it's a great thing to have 40 guys on top of one another. They think it's exciting. I don't get it. I mean, sure, to sit there and watch it, it's on the edge of your seat and excited because you know at any second
Right, that's
one
what I'm
guy
saying. That's
can make a
entertainment
mistake.
value. They got to sell seats.
But it's not worth the risk. You could have 10 guys go in a body bag. It hasn't happened, but it could.
You could have
The-
10. You could
the-
have 10
it's
guys
so-
in individual wrecks without a restrictor plate going to a body bag.
I understand.
You could.
I understand that, but it's a lot greater when you're in 40 car packs and
Turning sideways and flipping
25
and-
cars are going everywhere.
Right.
When one of them accidents happen, cars are everywhere.
Yeah.
And then you have the situation with fans getting hurt because
Are you entertained by the race at Sonoma or Watkins Glen?
I
Do you
hate
like
road
those?
course racing, but I will say I've never been a road course guy, but the last 2 or 3 years, the driving styles for those guys on road courses has taken a different turn. And now it's all out, just run over everything in your path. So the racing has changed and it's gotten more exciting. I'm not saying I agree with running over everybody the way they do now.
Right.
But it's made the
Before
finishes and the racing more exciting because it used to be
Before that transition happened, it was follow the leader.
Yes.
They would get strung out,
yes.
and you'd have cars going by you every 10,
Every
12
3 minutes
seconds.
when they go by.
Right.
Well, every 3 minutes you hope your favorite driver goes by, and that's it. Okay, where'd he go?
So
Hope he comes back.
Right. That's the same thing you're going to get at Daytona if you take the restrictor plates off them. They're going to be strung out. You're going to see them a lot
But
more
that's
frequently.
but that's a normal race.
I don't know if it's a normal
You ever
race.
go to
I
a
don't-
dirt race
I
where you
think
got
Charlotte,
25 cars right on top of one another? Of course not. They get strung out. You have lap traffic, and you have the whole. That's a race. That's what a race is supposed to be.
I guess. I don't know. I see both sides of it. They got to put bodies in the seats, and that's the
Well,
the thing
that's
is
not working
let me,
either.
let me go back on that a little bit. NASCAR doesn't make a wrong decision.
Yeah, ask them. They'll tell you that.
That's what I'm saying. They're not going to go back off this restrictor plate thing because they've already done it. They've already been there. They're not going to go back on that. And I think that's probably one of the main drivers behind it. And I think there's a lot of drivers that have become somewhat expert at a restrictor plate track, so they don't want to vacate that. And also, they're also looking at the swings that people have to make.
Right.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
About you could do different stuff with the tires. In the past, they've done different stuff with the airfoils on the roof. They've done stuff with different fuel cells. They've done all sorts of different things along those lines. They've done stuff with spoilers. But if you make the car so loose by taking all the downforce off the car, you're still going to be stuffing cars on the fence no matter what, whether there's a restrictor plate on it or not.
Right.
You're going to be burning the tires off it. Yeah, you're going to have them strung out, but it's going to look like Indy did, 4 or 5 years ago when they had to do a competition yellow every 10 laps so that people could put new tires on.
Right.
People were going around buying cars that were already out of the race, just tires out of their pits, so they had enough rubber to finish the race. So, I mean, it's one of those things where I don't know. I don't think that they need to take the restrictor plates off, but it would be pretty compelling to see it happen.
But I've felt that way since the day this restrictor plate was introduced. I've never
Thank Bill Elliott for that, by the way.
Yeah, no, 212 miles an hour. I've never been a big fan of it. And it's got nothing to do with slowing the cars down for me personally. I don't care if they're going 160 or 260. I just want great racing, and to me,
if you want 260, you should watch some drag racing.
To me, it's not real racing. That's more like 330. But anyway, it's not normal what we know as racing.
Right.
It's just not normal.
But it's normal
especially
for
the
there.
whole tandem thing.
But it's
that's
normal
just
for there.
Weird.
But it's normal for there. I mean, what's normal?
Well,
if you're gonna take
it's not normal.
If you're going to go
slowly
coast to coast and look
normal.
at every racetrack, look at every racetrack and use that as your barometer for normal. Yeah, it's out of the realm. But if you look at other restrictor plate tracks, you compare that apple to another of those apples, that is normal. You look at Daytona and Talladega. The problem is there's only 2 tracks in the country that are forced to run restrictor plates.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Michigan's getting fast enough now where it wouldn't surprise me if there's some discussion about restrictor plates there. Or they use that as the justification of taking the restrictor plates off of the other tracks.
Right.
Michigan's fast.
Yes, it is. And it's gotten so now there's other tracks that are faster than Daytona and Talladega because of this restrictor plates slow them down so much. There's other tracks like Texas and Atlanta are just stupid fast.
Right.
And those are actually, and I hate to say this, they are, for the size of the racetrack, they are too fast.
They're too fast.
It's crazy fast, and it's exciting to watch, but it's dangerously too fast. And that's why IndyCar won't go to a lot of those places anymore.
So if it's dangerously too fast at Atlanta, why is it not dangerously too fast, unrestricted at Daytona?
But I'm not saying let them go unrestricted as they are. I'm saying there's other ways to slow the cars down, and then you can get them off of one another. I'm not saying let them go as the car is designed and then
race, boys.
Unrestricted. Right. You can unrestrict it, but slow the car down in other means. Take away some of the downforce. If you had to add weight or something, there's ways you can do it, but they won't.
Right.
They only look at the whole restrictor plate thing. That's it, and that's all they've looked at for 20-some years now. Or whatever it's
been since
88 or 9 or whatever it was. It was
87,
late
88,
80s, yeah. So, that's a long debate, and it's been a debate for 25 years.
It's not going away.
No, some people are for it. A lot of people are against it. I've never been for it, and ain't nothing going to change my mind.
Nope. Getting a lot of updates.
Did you get the last Twitters there? Green
and Murdoch leads
Brockman. Yeah. Or Brockman to third, I guess. So, yeah, Chad Brockman now up to third from, what did they say? He started 10th or something, right? 11th, something like that. Wouldn't be a surprise if
So
Chad
is your goal here to hang on to this to the end? Do we get the results?
If you want to, I don't care. I got nothing to do, so.
No.
Do we have listeners?
We have 6, I think.
Oh, goody.
Yep. Ken's been reposting everything that Mike's been tweeting in the live chat as well. Presented by Creekside Entertainment.
Thanks, Ken. Ken's been good to me today.
Yeah,
I'm not sure why.
I think he feels bad about the floods, and also you haven't said anything stupid.
Listen, I'm get smart. 5 to go. Murdoch leads in traffic.
Well, while we wait for the race to come to a conclusion, we'll do the second drop for D'Amico's here. D'Amico Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, new partner with the 31st lap. They're a staple in the Finger Lakes since 1963. D'Amico Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram offers full-service parts and sales from their headquarters on routes 5 and 20 on the west side of Geneva. The lineup includes a beautiful new 2014 Jeep Grand Cherokee and Dodge's hot new offering, the Dart. This is the summer clearance event with all 2013 models drastically reduced, and they need trade-ins. The pre-owned inventory was ravaged by what D'Amico calls a record May and June, and they're expecting more sales in a very busy July, as July is historically the busiest month for D'Amico's. They're in desperate need of quality pre-owned vehicles. Will hold nothing back, giving you the most they can for your car to help you into one of the new cars, vans, SUVs, or trucks. Visit my favorite sales rep, Mike Godkin, and the rest of the D'Amico family online at D'Amico-Chrysler-Dodge-Jeep.com or visit them in person at the dealership, opening daily Monday to Saturday at 8:30. For more information, call D'Amico's at 877-407-7207.
And while we're waiting for the final tweets to come through, too, I might as well
What's your Twitter?
take a minute to...
What's your Twitter?
My Twitter?
Yeah.
At Dick Dragon. D-I-K Dragon.
D-I-K Dragon. There we go.
I don't ever
you
tweet.
Were saying?
I don't ever tweet, though. 4 to go. Caution as King Jr. gets a right rear flat, while second, Murdoch leads Brad Rapp, Brockman, Shingledecker, Eric Gabani, and Ricky Rickner.
How about that?
I was going to say...
Now it's interesting.
I was going to say, while we got a couple of minutes, I'd like to thank, first of all, Brett Hearn for putting up 2 tickets for the Fantasy League to his show Tuesday night. After the race, I went over and thanked him for doing it, and he...
Did you know who you were?
Yeah. He already said, he's already told me that wants to do it again next year.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought that was awesome.
That is cool.
I also picked up a new celebrity driver for next year, too.
Who?
Matt DiLorenzo is going to do.
Oh yeah, Matty D.
Going to be a celebrity driver
cool.
in next season's league. Obviously, it's
are
too
you
late
going
to
to
do
have
it
some
this
sort
year.
of? You're getting a lot of driver interest now. Are you going to you're going to break out the standings so that drivers know where they are against other drivers?
It's funny because I might have to, if I get like maybe 10 drivers next year, I might have to do like a separate,
do a sub series or some
have them in the regular full standings, but maybe have a separate one for them too, because it's getting to be a competition between, like, this year, since the beginning of the season. Stuart Friesen and Brett Hearn have been, bragging on each other how one's doing. Brett asked me the other night how he was doing. Because he wants to be sure he's beating Stewie. Stewie wants to be beating Brett, and it's become a competition amongst them. So
last year you ended up
kind
with,
of funny.
Last year you had 4 or 5.
I think I had
Brian Weaver, Shingledecker.
Yeah, and both Varens. And this year I got 7.
All those guys came back.
Everybody came back except for Shingledecker.
Shingledecker didn't.
Yeah, he didn't.
That's unfortunate.
His wife said that he didn't want to do it, just because he doesn't follow any of it, and
right.
And I didn't push him. That's fine.
Well, I mean, to
I
set
was
it and
just
forget
glad
it.
he did it last year.
Once you pick your drivers, you pretty much wait till the end of the year. You don't have to look at it.
Yeah,
again.
and that was the thing.
It's automated.
They never looked at it at all and didn't follow it, and so I understand. That's fine. I was thankful that they did it last year and donated some prizes and stuff. But Brett donated 2 tickets to his big show the other night, and he says he wants to do it again next year. So maybe we'll work something even bigger and better out next year.
Yeah, all right.
And I want to thank all the tracks that participate. I got tracks that give away tickets every month. Corey Reed does pair tickets to Brewerton and Fulton every month. Dan Harpel gives me tickets to, or Andy Harpel, I should say, tickets to 5 Mile every month to give away. We had a pair of tickets to give away this year. We already did earlier in the year to Big Diamond. I have a pair of tickets.
Filler wants to know why not Jeremy Wilder.
I have a pair of tickets coming up to give away in another couple of weeks to Mercer for the BRP Tour show at Mercer.
Yeah.
In August. They call it the SmackDown, I believe. Just a lot of great supporters of the Fantasy League. So while I got a second, I'd like to thank them. Somebody was asking about what? Jeremy Wilder is a celebrity driver?
Yeah.
I actually, the first 2 years, I have asked him to do it, but he hasn't done it yet. But I'm going to keep harping on him. Because every time I see him, I ask him about it.
You're going to wear him down?
I
beat him into submission?
It's never been a case where he says he won't do it. He's always interested, but for whatever reason, we just never connect, and I get him to fill the, to submit a team or anything. It's just a matter of catching up with him at the right time.
Sure.
It's never really been a case where he won't do it. Because I'd like to have him in it. I've asked him already the first 2 years.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
he's been on the show before.
Yes, he has. As a matter of fact, on the way here, I almost texted him to see if I could get him on. We tried to get him on like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and I
didn't pan out.
I left him a message, and he never got back to me. I don't know if he even got it.
Right.
But I was gonna, on the ride here, I thought, geez, we don't have a guest. I wonder if Jeremy will get on. But
I was glad that Brian.
But then I said,
Brian
it's so late. It's like 6:30. I'm like,
Brian was free, and he told me he was going to be live online, and I was like, well, this might work out okay. And he graciously was able to come and join us for a little bit on the Creekside Entertainment Hotline. I got to get used to that. instead of just saying the phone. Yeah, he was on the
It'll
phone.
take a couple weeks to get used to it.
They're going to be with us for 6 months, and we got a year with the Mikos.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It'll take a couple weeks to get used to it, but once you get it down. Okay, it looks like we have a final. Dave Murdoch wins the BRP Tour 30-lapper at Expo Raceway in the Trumbull County Fairgrounds in Ohio. At over Brad Rapp, Jeremiah Shingledecker, Rex King Sr., and Rick Rickner. I wonder what happened to Brockman.
Looks like you didn't make the top 5.
No, we did not. Something happened. You better text Jenna and find out what happened.
Well, you got your results now. Once again,
We got our
Dave
results.
Murdoch winning at Expo over Brad Rapp, Jeremiah Shingledecker.
So now I can go home and
Rex
update the
King.
Fantasy League.
Yep. John's got to go to work now. We got to get his list updated, and we got to get everybody back in here so that we can get ready for episode number 80 next Thursday.
80.
Can
We
you believe that?
gonna plan anything for 100?
If we make it to 100, we'll probably do something. We'll do it like every other show. We'll put something planned together Thursday morning.
Well, let's. So we're
What do you want to do?
We're what?
We're 20 away.
21 shows out.
Yeah.
So it's approximately 5 months or so.
Yeah, it'd be
So it's like the end of the
November.
year.
Yeah. Well, you got something planned? You want to take us all to Alaska?
No, we should plan. So I was trying to figure out when it would be. It's too bad it didn't happen like during the racing season.
Yeah, I know.
We could do something.
We could just
We could do something
Yeah, we could-
special. We could do a show if it's in December. Say, we could do a show somewhere or something. Maybe we'll have to make
we'll have to
arrangements. I know a bar that we still have to do a show
we'll
at.
still have to get that together. But I mean, you can understand the confusion on where we are with that.
Yeah.
So, we do need to get to Daubers, and
Yeah.
it's no big secret. We do need to get back there. That
Or
whole
get
thing.
there.
Yeah. Need to get that to come together. And I mean, my immediate thought was, since we haven't done anything yet this summer over at Amy's, was to do episode 100 there. That would be
It's fine too.
that would be what I was hoping to do.
Yeah.
It was kind of in the back of my mind. I just didn't want to.
Well, that's why I
let
asked.
the
I
cat out
wondered
of
if
the
you'd
bag yet.
even thought about it yet.
Yeah, I mean, come on, I'm a planner. You know that I got something. Yeah, outside.
In December? Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, we could. It'd be fun. We'll bring. Well, yeah. Hopefully, we don't have the same technical nightmares as we had last time, and we'll have a
Yeah.
speaker so everybody can hear it. But I mean, the last every time we go out, it's a great time, and we have a ball every time we go out. We just
Yep.
it's a tough. It's a little bit of a tougher situation that we got this year, with everybody being just a little bit busier than they were last year.
Yeah, it's gotten to be a little different this year because you never know who's going to be here.
Yeah, it's been a bit of a revolving door, but that's okay.
I wonder if we hadn't ought to maybe look at. I know it's hard, but maybe put some sort of schedule up, and we can mark when we know we're going to at least be here. And obviously things can change, but at least you got an idea.
Chris. All of them,
You know-
except for there's one Thursday. There is one Thursday in August that we're not going to have a show because we
You're
got
not going to
tickets.
be here.
I'm not going to be here. We got tickets to the concert at the New York State Fairgrounds, and
During the fair.
concert. Yeah,
So it's
I'm
the end of
remiss.
August.
Yeah,
then.
I'm remiss to. I can't even remember who's playing.
So you got tickets to a concert and you don't know who it is?
Nope, I cannot remember. I cannot remember.
Is this some
Sugarland.
Is it some
Not
country dork?
Sugarland. Yeah,
Sugar
it's
Bland?
No, not Sugarland. It's
Ugh, Sugar Bland.
I think it's Little Big Town.
That's country crap.
Yeah, I know. I already agreed to that the first time you said
Ugh.
it. I mean, I know you wanted to go for Impact.
Yeah, don't go see Sugar Bland.
Best concert ever.
Ugh.
They are.
Your mic's
Nobody can hear
your
you.
mic's muted, and I will open it and turn the camera on.
Yeah, if you want to talk, then. If you don't want the camera on, shut up.
It's not very nice. You don't tell other people that.
Oh yeah.
No, he tells him to listen.
Yeah, I do the opposite.
Yeah. He tells him,
When you should.
Good grief.
Be nice to your wife.
yeah, jerk. She's hot up here.
It is. Friggin'
What do you mean up here? She's always hot.
shut up. Hotter than hell in here.
She's got to listen to us drivel. I don't know what's up with our outro. That's not playing right, but oh well.
Well, thanks for everybody hanging in there on a
Yeah.
slow night.
It was a good time. We got the results for you. Hope everybody had a great time. We're going to see everybody back here again next week.
Yeah, I
on
hope you have a
episode
great show
number-
next week too.
Yeah, number 80 of the 31st lap.